Really.
Lovely nipples.
Much polish.
Oh, we're live. Hello, welcome back, everyone. I'm over here checking my phone, the real professional that I am. Welcome back to Raging Rolls. It is a pleasure to have you all with us here today. We have the cast and crew ready for some adventures into the Feywild. And we're all super excited to relearn what the Feywild is. Tonight we have a few exciting announcements, so I'll pass us over to Jeremy first before we dive into the swing of things.
Muted. We're muted. We're muted. We're muted. Yes.
From the top, Jez. From the top.
Is it really Raging Rolls if Jez isn't muted? Really?
This is true.
Yeah,
That's what I said.
Classic. Classic.
It's coming. It's coming.
Hey, what about that? Now I might have echo.
No, I don't.
Audio check. Anyone? Testing.
No,
1, 2.
Everyone just be quiet. Just like let him stew.
Just let build.
Yay.
We got a yay. And this is what we're gonna get.
This is what happens when Jez spends more time setting up the lights behind him than on the stream itself.
They work every time.
Exactly.
Now, what was I saying? We are really happy to announce a new partnership with Aeon Craft, maker of not only amazing shirts such as this fantastic gelatinous cube, which turned up in my mail today.
Is that Zim in the cube?
It looks Zim-like.
It does
May
look
as
good.
well
Like,
now we know where he is. And also, Aeon Craft makes handmade dice, which look incredible. I think he was just over streaming how he was pulling some dice out of some molds, which looked awesome. Some stickers are there, as well as some pins and badges. Absolutely get over and check it out. I'll put the link in the chat in a second. But we're going to be able to give away one of these fantastic types of shirts every month. Right? Every month, shirts up for grabs. So all you need to do to get in on that is be a follower of Raging Rolls, and we will get you informed on when that giveaway will be. It will be the last Monday of each month. Last Monday of each month. Lock it in now. We will be giving away a shirt from Aeon Craft. Here's the kicker. We want you, our followers and people out there viewing, to help us pick the design which will be up for grabs the following month. And the way to do that is to jump on our Discord. So jump on our Discord. We'll have a chat about what design we want to give away or make available for the following month. And that shirt could be yours for absolutely nada. But while you're there checking out the designs of what's available at Aeon Craft, and make sure you check out everything else has available. Amazing.
I'm just looking at some of those dice. They are incredible.
I know, right? I'm just like, no, I don't need it. But then the goblin brain just pops out. It's like, yes, you do. Take them on.
and as an extra gift for all rages here, you get an extra 10% off all apparel. Yeah, just throw in code RAGES10 when you check out at aeoncraft.com.au for an extra goodie.
Yeah, I need some of that merch, so yeah. I'll be looking into it soon.
And Dan, over to you, mate. You got something else to talk about? Another new thing.
I do? What? Nobody told me this. Why wasn't I prepared?
Pay attention.
So from, as you guys know, we love to support great causes here at Raging Rolls. So from the March 20th to April 20th, we'll be raising money for Starlight Children's Foundation. For those of you who don't know, Starlight's vision is that everyone experiences a happy childhood because happiness matters. Serious childhood illness doesn't just impact a child's health, it can turn their whole life upside down, cause them to miss out on spending time with their family, building friendships, going to school, and just living their life. Whilst we do have one of the best healthcare systems in the world, unfortunately, sick children and young people need more than exceptional care that doctors and nurses can offer. They need social and emotional support that lets them to be children. The Starlight's job, for over 30 years, they've actually been using play, social connection, and creativity to support children and young people in some of their toughest times, and to positively change their healthcare experience. I really should have probably memorized some of this. But yeah, so they're a fantastic cause, and if you can donate, that would be fantastic. If you can't donate, help share the word, and let's raise some money for some sick children. Back to you, Jez. No, that's not me.
Back to you, Robin.
Excellent. We are back. We've got sponsors. We have charities, and very excitingly, we've got D&D again. So I'm going to throw to the hype intro that Jez built for us, and get into the mood, get hyped, and then we'll jump into the campaign truly once again. Welcome back. With that sweet intro out of the way, we are ready to dive into a bit of a recap. So let's have a think about what all happened to lead us to this point. If we think back to a happier time, a time of more certainty, as our group of unknown circle chasers who still don't have a group name went after the 7 rings, each of these rings being a form of power that grew as they grew, and their weapons became more powerful and more sentient by the circle. Now, this group happened upon a little carnival in a town to the northeast of the state that they were in. And as they were approaching, they saw all of the amazing lights and fantastical beings that existed in the space. They went in and they looked around and found more wonder than they could ever imagine. There was fairies and drinking potions and giant pie-eating competitions and a hall of mirrors that showed far more than just your reflection. As they explored, they went up in bubbles, they raced snails. And as everything was coming to a head, they found a little hint of something that wasn't quite right, as they started to uncover that not everything was as cheery as it was said to be. There seemed to be theft and a gang of criminals, by the sounds of things, all working underneath the current of the carnival. As they dug in, they saw the owners and realized that they were being coerced into running this carnival and protecting the new rulers of the Feywild, the Coven. As the party began to discover more, it all came to a single decision as they were offered a chance to go into the Feywild itself to help save the previous archfey of the area, Zabilna, who was seemed to have gone missing from a lot of the people at the carnival, as well as their patron, who first sent them on this mission. As they stood in front of a mirror, looking at the future in Feywild in front of them, and the reality of the lives they'd been leading up to that point behind them, all of them stepped through the mirror, except for one. Finry Flattop, taking a deep breath and a step back from the mirrors, looked over at their guide, and made the decision to back away and go back into the world and not follow them into the Feywild. As the party arrived, looking out into a mystical world filled with swamps, high mountains, fog as far as the eye can see, they looked around for their companion and did not see him. They stood atop a large bridge that seemingly had fallen apart in places, that led from where they were standing up north into the mist. The party found their way down into the swampland and met a curious group of harefolk. Amidst these harefolk, one individual stood out. A chef with rabbit ears, a large stale baguette, and a pan with a hook attached to its end. And if you look closely, it glints as if magic is imbued within its cast iron bounds. The party was beset by snow on all sides as they camped overnight. All of the harefolk, except for Finri, were lost. As Finri woke up with the rest of the party, jingle bells tolling in their ears, as they were set quickly to find one of the most villainous of individuals in the Feywild, Sandy Claus. The group was never to be let down, and as such, they fought hard against the hidden traps of Sandy Claus, the bow-wrapped gift boxes that beset them on their journey. And at every stage, they overcame the hardship in front of them. As they crushed the awful powers of Sandy Claus and were able to overcome the distress of coal in their socks, it was great to finally be beset in a moment of peace. As instead of Finri Flattop, they found, if not a one-to-one replacement, at least someone to fill the gap for now, with Finri Flat Hop. As the party now assembled in the cave, as the stones fade, they see for the first time the vastness of the hitter in front of them. Their new companion will find a way to freeze a builder and find out what happened to her. Will they be overrun by the coven?
Hey, Robin, you're warping. Robin, you're warping.
What? My fiance started uploading content at like 60 gigabytes of video she's trying to upload. So all thanks to her, that one.
Sorry.
It's taking me. The Feywild is warming me with its magics. As you all sit with your new companion, will the coven overcome you? Will you find your way to the center of this mystery? Only time will tell, but for now, a wild world awaits, full of magic and wonder, and you are all at its center. Welcome to the Feywild.
I think we lost about 3/4 of that monologue, Robin. You might want to start again.
Yeah, start from the beginning. Talk slower.
In the
I wasn't
beginning,
paying
when
attention.
Robin created the universe, and thank you so much, Operator Peanut. I hope you enjoy that sub. Enjoy all the emoticons and things you now have access to. Do not forget we have spoiled milk and all the rest of the fun stuff. I'll send a little taste of what.
Someone's
that's
on
like.
mute again. Someone's on mute again. I think it's Robin.
There we
On
go.
mute.
I should
How
be
are
good now.
you?
No, it must be me. I thought I'd fixed it. Apparently not. All good. Carry on. What could go wrong?
Bloody Jazz.
It's been a while.
Spam the milk emoji, guys.
Yeah, you gotta
Spam.
milk it. Gotta milk it.
If you drink
yes,
that
you
milk,
all
you'll
sit-
end up with skeleton hand.
You all sit inside of Sandy Claus's cave, and now seeing it for the first time, you all take a moment and take stock of where you are and the bearings around you. Finri Flathop, as you look to your companions, sensing a moment of acceptance as you've overcome one of the most trying things that you could imagine. you now have a somewhat difficult task of figuring out what to do now that your band of brigands has been unwantingly disbanded, but this group has now appeared in front of you. What do you do?
Well, guys, that was pretty hair raising, if I do say so myself, because I'm a hare. I thought that would be funny. Hi. Yeah. So what brings you guys here? What you up to?
Well, it's a little bit of a worry, that we've stumbled into this place, but we've got some things that we need to do. But I look over towards so Harm looks over towards Hector, and he's like, "Are we bringing this guy? What's going on?"
Hector just looks back and looks at the new character here, this new guy. It's like, well, we don't mean to actually be here at all, but we actually are tracking something. Maybe you can help us.
Yeah, what are you tracking? I might be able to help. I know my way around these parts pretty well. I've, been here my entire life, so, and, it doesn't hurt to have a local showing you the way around and like all the local customs and things like that.
Mm-hmm. This is true, and it looks like you've been in these parts for quite a while.
Yes, for a while. Oh, actually, you know what? Hang on. Let's talk whilst I cook, and I reach into my my little bag of like my bag of pantry, and I start pulling stuff out of it, and just start cooking up a storm.
I look at Rafe, and I just go, "Rafe, are catfolk and harefolk mortal enemies, or what's the go there? Because we're 50% animals at the moment, and like, yeah."
How tall are you?
How tall?
Finry.
Oh, shit. Did I fill that in on my character sheet? Shit. Description.
Rafe hasn't taken his eyes off the rabbit folk and are doing the big hunter eyes.
I am medium sized. It says. So probably just a little bit taller than the OG Finry.
The ears make up the difference.
Exactly. I spike my hair up as well, so I look a little bit taller.
Meanwhile, whatever is being cooked up certainly smells very appealing, and this wee rabbit may hold some use yet.
All right, well, don't eat him yet.
And if not,
we still have to work out why he has the same name as Finry.
Oh, sorry, what was that? Sorry.
Yeah, I'll just be 1 second. Sorry.
Okay.
You did say it was Finry, right?
Where is that
Yes,
traitorous
Finry.
little bastard?
Yeah, I'd like to know that for sure myself.
It is a strange turn of fate. Can't go unnoted. When we get back, we'll track Flat Top down and find out if he knows this character.
Yeah.
And Hector,
Yes.
how are you doing, buddy? Because, you did the whole black eyes thing a couple of times, and wee bit scary.
Well,
Hey Hector. You hear a voice in your mind
great.
as this question is posed to you, as if replying to the question. Hector is not the only one here. Address me, you fool.
I just look frightened if that's all that I hear in my head. And I guess Hector, in a bit of fear, calls out, "Who is that? Who said that? Who's here?" And looks around.
Who said what, Hector?
You forget so fast, my apprentice.
Hector, what's the matter? Who are you talking to?
Okay,
Hector.
buddy.
Is there anyone else around here?
Just you, me, and the animals, mate.
It has been far too long, and my voice now intimidates you like it once did, shaking in your boots, boy.
Let's get some food in you, Hector, mate. Let's
Finry
look
sees
a little bit pale, mate.
Yeah, you look washed out.
Finry, you got anything ready, mate?
Fenrir's just been watching Hector talk to himself, and has just moved like all the sharp implements further away from Hector, just in case.
Give him the safety knife.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
I was going to say, I pull my coat over me a little bit tighter and kind of look around very suspiciously, nervously.
The cold is not such a problem as the depth of foolishness in your mind.
And I motion over to Harm a little bit. Not trying to draw attention to myself, or just letting Finri set up. But I go, I think we gotta deal with whatever that is.
Let's make sure it's something. Let's make sure we're not overreacting. Yeah. He could just be, look, we just walked into the Fey. I'm sure it's just messing with him, right? Let's just get through the next few days, and we'll see what happens. For the moment, let's just get everyone fed and healed up.
I'm just wondering if you got anything up your sleeves that can heal a fractured mind or whatever the hell.
My mind is not fractured. Tell them that I am the greatest alchemist that was ever born.
As he's talking about a fractured mind and up my sleeve, I just wind up my sleeve a little bit and take off the glove and just let a bit of the skeletal hand on view and just be like, this hand's not built for fixing fractured minds. It's more for, fracturing them. Slide the glove back on.
You should get that looked at.
It's moving a little bit slower than I'd hoped, but we'll get there.
You really should see a physician about that. That looks a bit...
Yeah. You smell like rotting flesh waft over the room as the glove is removed.
Damn, was I hearing that voice in my head? Or was
all
I
in your
speaking
head.
that voice?
Nothing was coming out.
I take it we just see a little bit of inner turmoil, with shock, and you reacting to
stuff. I'm speaking out loud and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm talking to you all and visibly disturbed and starting to shake a little bit. You do that kind of cold rocking thing.
Yeah, we might want to get him to a temple.
DM, do they have temples in the Feywild?
You don't know. Oh no, you would know. They probably don't. Not in the conventional sense.
I haven't seen him do the black eye floaty thing.
Hey, Jez, would you describe what you're feeling as a negative emotion?
Yeah, it's certainly not positive.
Would you mind rolling a D8 for me?
And that's a 2.
With a 2, you feel a growing underneath your feet as your emotion begins to just exude from you, as these ugly thorny weeds begin to grow and these vines start to spread out from beneath your feet.
Oh, Rafe, is this one of you? What the hell is happening?
I just look at him and without a word just grab his hands and start casting cure wounds on him. It's like just calm down. Just take a deep breath, and I just try to, whatever's overcoming him, I just try to use cure wounds to try and
foolish
cure
man.
The inside of him.
Such petty magics will never undo what I have been able to accomplish in you, Hector.
What?
Just breathe, Hector.
Who are you? I start kind of staggering around. Am I able to walk on these things, or am
You are fine. You're not trapped. It's just sort of spreading from beneath you.
Did you take half a level in Druid or some shit?
What? I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm no Druid. I'm an alchemist.
You're barely an alchemist.
Get out of my head! Get out of my head!
You cannot shake me now that I am free.
I want to cast telepathic speech, or do telepathic speech, and just mentally try and tell this thing, not now. You need to leave now.
Make a con save.
Oh, this is going to go swimmingly.
I'll do wisdom as well. What do you think? Something like just trying to resist sort of the power of this thing.
Well, I prefer con.
Con, great, excellent.
Maybe I should have rolled the other one.
Oh, I have a lifetime of conversations to have with you, my foolish apprentice.
You keep calling me apprentice. Who are you? What are you?
So quick to repress all of the good times we've had together.
Has anyone got anything to get this voice out of my head?
Are you speaking that out loud?
Yes. That one is out loud, yes. I'm asking, has anyone got anything to help me get it? Nurofen, Panadol, anything?
Food's almost ready. Hey, oh no, here we go. Okay, here, try this, and I like heap on. I've been making tuna bake in the background, mostly because I see how the cat looks at me, and I don't want to get eaten. Here, try some of this, and I just like get a spoon, and I just like feed some to Hector. Here, nice warm food. Good for your stomach. Good for your head. Good for the body.
I take it just to try and distract myself and have some.
As you eat and your belly becomes full and the feeling of warmth returns to you, the taste of this food is so refreshing, and it takes you and grounds you back to normality in some ways. And with that, you hear the voice begin to say, "Well, I think I'm just going to have a little nap. Yes, that was some good food." And then the voice just goes silent.
I come up, I open my eyes again. Henry, whatever that was, it's worked. Whatever was in my head, it's gone. You all couldn't hear that.
Hear what?
I really could not hear anything. I was over by the fire though, so
It kept calling me an apprentice.
spiritual diabetes shit.
Damn. And that's how you break the game. It kept calling me it's an apprentice. It calling me foolish. And said that I don't remember.
Well, who taught you how to do what you do?
I did. I think. I've always been able to do what I do.
How long's that been happening?
What? The voice? This is a new addition. This hasn't always been the case.
Did you ever make a pact or anything with an otherworldly being for more power or something to help you in your life?
Joking or otherwise?
Did you ever have a dream that seemed a little bit too real, and then find out that you owe alimony to a succubus?
I don't believe so.
I like the idea in the Feywild that is like a not uncommon event that might happen.
Did you ever accidentally, ask someone for a favor and they expected something in return, but it's kind of hazy, or you've just completely forgotten it?
I've never asked for anything like that.
Have we received any, not gifts, but have we picked up anything along the journey that it's a little bit special, a little bit off, a little bit fucking
Hector,
evil?
You just hear this sort of sweet sound of in the back of your head.
I think there's more that needs to be done with this thing. I can still hear something rattling around in my head. I think we should move on. Maybe there's something at the next circle that could save this.
Or we could fix that rattle by splitting it down the middle.
What?
Yeah.
Huh?
Actually,
Yeah,
let me speak to Anubis and just see if he's got any way to extract anything out.
Sorry,
Extract?
who's Anubis?
What was that?
Who's Anubis?
We'll chat about that later. And I just start playing with the gloved hand.
Isn't
Are you actively trying to contact him?
Not yet. I'll wait till it's a
Okay.
little bit quieter.
that's a fantastic question. That fills me with all sorts of hope. It's still there. I think we need to talk about your issue.
I don't have any issue.
As you say that, though, you feel a slight tingle, and you all see a hunk of flesh drop out of his pant leg.
And how would
Have you
this
got,
flesh
have you got
look like?
worms, boy?
Just got this image of like those people who poo their pants at the supermarket. And you see them like waddling around for a bit, and a bit of poo falls out the bottom. And they try and just walk away from it. Like
Is that a common occurrence?
it's
Only in Agadine.
only an Engadine.
Yeah.
Harm just leans down and like picks up the flesh and looks at it, throws it into the fire that's being cooked on. What problem?
Oh Lord, I'm so happy the food's not on that anymore.
That's very much not normal. I thought the
It's
hand
really
was just some kind of curse,
I mean,
but
normal's a thing of like, normal's a spectrum. Normal's a spectrum.
So-
We're currently walking around with a rabbit that talks and cooks and a cat that drinks, like fetid milk.
Yeah, but
So-
our penises didn't just fall off. So
I would be happy to prove to you that mine is still intact.
It's surprisingly the only body part that still hasn't deteriorated.
you know, any other day I probably would, but it looks like we have a lot more going on here. But
From what I can tell, the hand is not the only part of me that's experiencing a little bit of, skeletalization. It's fairly localized though. It's not a big issue. We're fine. We're fine. It's not a big issue.
Can you roll up that pant leg? Or is
I mean, we don't have to roll up my pant leg. Is there anything particular you want to see?
Yes. But no.
This reminds me of a dream I had once. There was a bunch of me's, and then anyway.
Look, I mean, what's the concern? We've got a rabbit, we've got a cat, and now we've got somebody who's flesh optional.
what does
Flesh
that mean?
optional.
Flesh optional.
And you're okay with that?
I never said I was okay with it. I said that's happening.
Have you tried pawpaw cream?
Does this not cause you pain? You are literally falling apart.
I'm not falling apart. I'm.
You just had a chunk of flesh fall off your leg.
Nobody said that it was important flesh. Nobody said that it was healthy flesh.
Do you need
Right?
healing?
I kind of just touch myself and cast, cure wounds. I'm good.
As you do so, you feel the skin begin to dissolve further on your arm. It sort of deteriorates rapidly.
I don't mention this to them. It's
It's-
fine.
Is
Absolutely not a drama.
is this Anubis's doing or will?
Glorious Anubis. Look, if
Yes,
it is
glorious
his will,
Anubis.
if it is his will, then I am more than excited for this to be happening. Look, in all the time I've spent with him, learning from him, seeing him in action, doing his bidding, slaughtering entire towns, all these things have, been
Sorry,
leading
what?
towards something. And, this is just another part of it. It's the same way that he talks to me and asks me to, do things through the book is the same way that these physical manifestations are coming through. This is one and the same. I'm not seeing a problem here.
I feel like I'm missing a lot of fucking context right now. So did you just say you slaughtered a town?
I just look back to Hector. Yeah, sorry, Hector. Yeah.
No. So was it just the men?
No, it's the women and children too.
Is it because you hate them? Because they're
hate
animals?
walking
No,
around
I
with
did it out
this
of love. They
terrorist.
were so lucky that they got to be a part of Anubis's plan. They were, brutally taken apart as required and as desired by Anubis, and I let them know that as it was happening. It was a beautiful moment.
Did you just say they were taken apart?
We're reading way too much into all of this, guys. Way too much into all of this.
Sorry, are you
Look.
guys the good guys, or like, are you? Have I just like signed myself up to something I really don't want to be a part of?
Oh,
Sometimes people go hunting. They get out a bow and arrow. They put on their best ranger shoes, right? They go out into the wild and they kill it. They kill a deer or something, or maybe a
Thanks.
rabbit. And I look at, I'm like, that's just how it happens where we come from. They kill rabbits. Just saying.
Yeah, so do I. I can eat a rabbit. Just because I look like a rabbit doesn't mean I'm a fucking rabbit. That's racist,
Hey,
dude.
hey!
What
Look,
the
you
fuck?
identify however you want to. I'm not telling you how to identify. I'm just saying.
I'm not identifying. I am a fucking rabbit. Jesus.
Anyway, all I'm saying is, like, that's a national sport, and people love it. And, it's just not much different, except mine's a divine thing, and theirs is like a brutally poking a chopstick through something's brain. Like,
what rite of divination causes someone to wipe out an entire town and then literally fall apart?
Well, all I'm saying is you should hope that this divination has got the ability to extract whatever it is that's, causing you to scream out, stop talking to me, because at the moment, I don't see that you have a lot of opportunities to resolve your problems through, standard food and things. The hare seems to be able to cook, but for how long? What happens if he runs out of fire? What's going to happen then? You calm down when you ate something, but without that, I mean, what's the plan?
So, Finry, as you know, it is somehow incredibly easy to find food in the Feywild. It seems that if you go and search for the food that you're looking for, you've always been able to find it with relative ease, making your recipes filled with delicacies of truffle and fresh salmon, and really anything that you could think of is at your fingertips.
Yeah, it's the Feywild is pretty bountiful as long as you don't take too much. You don't take more than your share. Like, things go pretty well. If you try to disturb it too much or like take more than what is needed, that you're gonna have a bad time. If say for instance you were to slaughter an entire village in the Feywild, you're gonna have a bad time. I don't think it really matters who your deity, demon, devil, whatever you worship is. You're probably going to have a bad time. So, like, we'll put a pin in the whole massacring a town, but just don't do that whilst you're here, especially when I'm not near you. Like, we should do, if you want to do that, you should go all the way over yon.
Finry, you're taking this way out of context. Way out of context.
Because I was given no context to start with.
That's okay. We're trying to focus on making sure that Hector doesn't become some sort of, massive bomb and just start throwing his crazy vials of dead stuff at us, because we don't want to all get dead in our sleep.
It's true. Okay, well, so you've got something going on in your brain. You are flesh optional. Rafe, is there anything we should know about you?
He's a cat, and he drinks rotten milk. What else do you want to know about him? That's his mental state.
This is true.
He's technically he's a multi-dimensional immigrant.
That's true, actually.
So like, we're not exactly a band of a lion, a tin man, and some woman in a picnic dress running
But
down
not
a yellow
far
brick road,
off.
right?
I'm a freaking
Very
alien.
close.
I'm a freaking alien.
We're not far off. We're not exactly just a bunch of people out adventurers looking to stop a knoll in a mine somewhere. We're trying to, deal with some bigger things here. But
Yeah, do you ever go through immigration, Rafe? Sort of, do you have your passport?
he's undocumented.
I felt like we covered that in the backstory. It was the passport was lost to the ship that basically broke up in the sky.
I left my passport in the other sky ship. My bad.
My bad. Yeah, fantastic. Look, Finry, all I'm trying to say is that what do you know about the crystals?
Crystals?
The crystals.
I haven't heard of many crystals. I know of the Hourglass Coven and
Uh,
Zabilna and
what-
stuff. And
Hold up.
What do you know?
You know of Zabilna?
oh yes, Zabilna created Prismere, although that was when they were still around. And then the Hourglass Coven came and they broke it up into 3 separate places. There's Hither, Tither, and Yon. Hence my thing before about going over Yon.
What do you know
That's
about
not
the
his.
Witchlight Carnival?
DM, what do I know about the Witchlight Carnival?
You know of it.
I know of it.
It is sort of the voyage that leaves here, but you've never been a part of it, and
Yeah.
you like me here more than probably out there traveling the inferior planes.
Yeah, no, so they're like, a colourful collection of characters in a carnival who travel about. I thought about going with them, but it wasn't really my thing because they're just like, oh, you just be the cook, and I'm like, I don't want to just be the cook. I've got my own hopes and dreams. I have my own things that I want to do whilst I'm here. But I've got to go hither, thither, and yon to go get them. Actually, this could work out well. How about I guide you guys through the Feywild, keep you guys safe, let you know the rules and regulations and things like that. Like sort of like never give someone a thumbs up because that's really rude. You'll probably really offend someone and be struck down by an archfey. But also so I'll help you guys do that. And if you help me do what I need to do, then it's a win-win for everybody.
What do you need to do?
Oh, I've got to scroll up and see what my backstory was. Excuse me.
Just while you're looking at said backstory, how do these people who don't like thumbs up, how do they do with a Regidigi? That
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's multiversal, dude. But yeah. Okay. All right. No, I scrolled too far. That's the letter that I sent to the party.
Are you going to our chat right now?
I'm looking through our chat right now. I'm pretty sure I sent you the backstory in this. I can't find it now. Shit.
Yeah, make
We'll
it up.
circle back around.
Maybe you
it up,
can
make it
tell us
up.
what you want whilst you help us find Zabilna, which is kind of the reason we ended up here in the first place.
Yeah, that could definitely work.
Well, you've got it there. I'll reshare it with you here.
No, I found it.
Very good.
Well, okay, all right. Well, after much mental scrolling, so pretty much, I've got a couple of things that I need to do. I'm a chef. I know my goal is to be the best chef in not just this universe but all universes.
What?
I don't know if you guys have ever heard of someone named Nigella, but she's kind of an idol of mine.
What race is Nigella?
Oh.
Did you say Nutella? Because I haven't
Nigella.
that back at the Nutella was a delightful hazelnut spread back at the temple. Is that what you're talking about?
No. Nigella's a half elf. She's a very beautiful woman. Rather beautiful.
She depicts beauty in her form.
And she's an excellent cook.
I was going to go with succubus, given that that's come up before.
Well, as far as I know, she's a half elf.
Tempts you with the cooking.
I just want to take a quick moment to say thank you, Nick, for the 6,000 rage
Oh,
points.
Nick.
And also,
Nicholas.
Inflatable Cat, I did hear that you had 30,000 to give me.
No.
Whenever you're ready. Happy to take those.
No. But so my goal is I need to go to hither, thither, and yon. I've heard there's some rare ingredients that are held by the Hourglass Coven, and I'm after them. So the first of them is a mushroom with rainbow spots all over it, said to be a type of truffle that's only found. There's only one ever in existence at a time. The second one is what's known as the beef of Wagyu, said to come from the body of a regenerating cow. And then lastly, I'm after the holiest of spuds, said to be a gift from the elven god Corellian, goddess of elves. But yeah.
And each one of these is known to only be housed by one each of the witch coven known as the Hourglass.
don't know which. Yeah, and so each one has one, but I don't know who has what, and I just need to get them, and then I can make a. I was thinking, a nice steak with some mushroom sauce, and I haven't decided on like either potato royals, like potato gems, or like chips or mashed potato. Potato is very cool because you can do a lot of things with it. I'm sorry.
All right.
I get very
Finley, we
excited
get
about
it.
potato.
You want to find some exotic ingredients to build a meal.
Yes.
What's the point of the meal?
Well, it's so like, it would be the pinnacle of the cooking here in the Feywild, and then my name will go down in legend, and I'd be able to then leave the Feywild and go to somewhere else, and find out what rare and special ingredients are there, and I can make more and more dishes, and then eventually gain multiversal renown and be known as the best chef in the entire multiverse.
Has anyone succeeded in making this before?
Not that I'm aware of. Most people are too scared of the Coven to go anywhere near them or to try. I've been looking for people to help me do this. That's why I was with the other Harrigans before, but they just wanted to rob people and they didn't really appreciate my cooking. They put salt on everything. I mean, everything. It was anyway.
Well, I mean, what's in it for us? If we help you get all the food stuff, what do we get?
I'll be your guide through the Feywild. There are things that you need to know, things that only the locals would know, and I can help you guys. Like you can see, I'm pretty handy with my fry pan.
So that thumbs up thing, that tip, that was a good tip.
No, yeah.
Hey,
don't
just
stop.
chill, brother.
Yeah, there we go. That's
Chill.
okay. Yeah, chill. Just be like, if you go to thumbs up, just be like, nice.
I kind of just shuffle next to Rafe for a second, and I'm like, look, even if for nothing else, he was able to calm down whatever's going on with Hector pretty quickly with just like a plate of food. Maybe we should just bring him along, like the thumbs up tip, stopping Hector going nuclear. Not that I know what nuclear is, but stopping him going nuclear and keeping us alive for a little bit longer until we solve this next issue with Sibylla, then maybe it's worthwhile bringing him along. What do you reckon?
Yeah, and if Hector gets a little bit out of hand again, we could always use that fry pan on the back of the head.
Yeah,
Tappy tap.
Solid. I just smile at Hector.
Works for me in PUBG.
All right, let's do it, Rabbit Boy.
Yeah, and then hopefully you can tell me at some point why you thought I was someone else and acted very aggressive to me when I told you my name.
Because
We'll talk about it later. I haven't eaten enough food to be able to stomach that. I might not eat enough food in a week.
Oh, here. I give Harm another helping of tuna bake.
I politely decline. I'm not a big tuna fan. It's fantastic, I'm sure, but I'm just not a big tuna fan.
Okay,
You find
well,
yourself more recently acquainted with a quite bottomless stomach, Harm.
I walk over and the corpse of Sandy Claus is still on the ground somewhere, I assume, is it?
Absolutely, it's there in all of its red and white themed delight.
While everyone else is kind of a little bit, distracted and doing other things, I just look like I'm sifting through his pockets and then just put my hand onto his skin and just extract a little bit of his life essence and just feel a little bit more full. Just feel a little bit more, not hungry anymore.
You don't feel hungry, and yet more of that flesh begins to dissolve.
Yeah.
Well, that was disturbing as fuck. I guess you don't want the chocolate mousse I was making for dessert then, Harm?
You didn't see that. You were distracted. That's why it's through his body.
Misdirection.
My perception is too high. I see everything.
Chocolate mousse. Chocolate mousse sounds fantastic.
All right. Okay. Well, it's be careful. It's pretty hot on the inside, but here you go.
Yeah.
I think Rafe's on his third helping of tuna pasta bake, and is now looking up for moose.
Can you please roll a d8 for me, please? Hang on, I've got to get these names because there's too many people. Rafe, can you roll that d8, please?
D8.
Yes, that's.
Eventually, here it comes. That is a 4, a solid 4, middle of the pack.
With the joy that you have eating this tuna bake, and as you go for another helping, you notice the leftovers of the tuna bake. As seeing the thrill you have in consuming this wonderful meal, 2 chunks of it move to sort of the top of the dish, while the rest of it curves in sort of a half crescent as the dish smiles at you.
What's up, Rafe?
Rafe? Are you fucking with me, Finry?
What do you mean?
My dish is smiling at me?
Oh yeah, no, it does that. It gets all Disney up in this shit. It's it'll happen. It's when it starts to attack you that's the problem. Just pay no mind. It's happy. It's happy that you're happy. I assume it's either that, or it's just it's either that, or it's like, you're gonna get diarrhea later.
And if I added some condiment to it or some spices, it will assault me back.
Well, the pasta already was already salted. Oh, that was a terrible joke. Is he the funny person in your group?
Absolutely.
He tries. He really does. So, what time is it? I'm guessing it's like evening at the moment, or
yeah, as you guys are sort of, this would be your early dinner as you sort of celebrate the win over Sandy Claus.
So, I think then let's rest up and see if we can get Fenry to take us out towards what he knows is a Bilna in the morning.
Yeah. Well, we can do that while we travel. I mean, I did pick up on a lead. We have to go to find someone in Downfall. I think that it might be near either a waterfall or like a ledge or something. I'm not exactly sure, but I just know Downfall and Clapperclaw. But I don't know if one's the town. I don't know which one's the town and which one's the person that we're looking for. So.
I thought you said you were a good guide. Like that's why we were bringing you along.
I'm a good guide. But I'm a terrible investigator.
But you don't know where we're going.
Oh no, I know where we're going. We're either going to Downfall or Clapperclaw. See, the way it works here in the Feywild, you just set out and like you have the idea of where you want to go in mind, and eventually you get there.
Hey, if this doesn't work out, it will be your downfall.
Oh, Badum-ching.
I
Great.
have a
Harm's
feeling
going for your title.
I just want to say, Harm, I am pretty sure that if you tried to run after me, you probably fall apart. So just want to put that out there with all your everything.
He has a point, man.
At this point, Harm goes to take his glove off to prove a point, and he just takes a deep breath, puts his glove, just puts it back up again, doesn't take it off, and just takes a breath. I'm sure my physical capabilities is nothing to be worried about. In fact, we can arm wrestle tomorrow if you're, worried about it at all.
Oh, no. These hands aren't for arm wrestling or anything like that. These are just for cooking.
At this point, Hector is sort of just nestled down and fallen asleep.
I think that is a good point.
I think that's otherwise. Robin's just like, fuck it. All this prep work, they're going nowhere tonight.
I think it's a good point to have a quick bio break and just grab a drink refill. And then we'll jump into what happens when we awaken the next morning.
Whilst he goes down to sleep, can I just go over and just put a blanket on him so he's okay? And then I'll go to sleep too.
You sure can. Awesome. As you all drift to sleep, I'll leave us on a sweet little vision prior to the outcome. Hector, you find yourself finding it quite difficult to fall asleep. It is tough with the snoring that you hear in the back of your head, just sort of always just giving you a little chill down your spine. As you fall asleep, you're back in the faintest of memories of a workshop. You see a man hunched over a journal, writing furiously. Vials of liquid glowing golden colors and lime greens, bubbling browns, and everything in between. You see gems of assorted colors, and yet you hear just the man in front of you yell, "Damn it! That was supposed to work!" As he turns to you, you see an extremely old man. You see the years that he has spent on the world have taken its toll on him, as his hunch begins as you realize, is a permanent feature of his profile now. As he hears you creep up behind him, he turns and he says, "Boy, if I am not to know what is next, I will not be able to coach you. It is my life's work, you see, to uncover a way to extend my life. But alas, I have not been able to do it. I have not long left. I have one last idea." He looks at you and he says, "Are you willing to do what is you must for your master's sake?"
Well, yes, of course I am.
"Thank you. Drink this." And he passes you a vial.
How aware am I right now?
You are aware. It is sort of it's a really overwhelming feeling of like a memory, but also like you have autonomy.
What will it do?
Trust me, I have not led you astray yet, have I?
You have not, and I doubt it.
Your memory fades to black, and you are all going to wake up in a moment. But before we do that, we will have our break.
Okie dokie.
Whew, tense. Back in a few. Hey,
See you all in a bit.
people on the chat, why not head over to our Discord and check out our battle arena for the next few minutes while you're waiting? Good fun, crazy deaths. Have a good time. We'll be back in 10.
See you all then.
See you guys soon.
See you, team.